Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're taking a look at a couple of EDC pocket slips that I just recently picked up from the company Hitch Timber. A lot of you are probably familiar with the company. They've been really popular for the last couple of years. And I've looked at a lot of their products and finally decided to pick up a couple just to try out the quality and see what I thought. And I thought that these two were the most applicable for kind of the way I carry things. So what I bought are two, it's actually technically the same product. It's called the Cadet Carrier, and this is in size Cadet. This is also called the Cadet Carrier, and this is in size Pioneer. So it's the same product technically, just a different size, and they offer it in a size Cadet, a size Pioneer, and a size Farmer. But they're all called the Cadet Carrier. So if you go on Amazon, for example, it'll be called the Cadet Carrier, and then you'll just select which version you want. You want the Cadet, the Pioneer, or the Farmer. So I got the Cadet and the Pioneer. So the Cadet's on the left, the Pioneer's on the right, and you may be able to tell the Pioneer's a little darker because I've been carrying that one a little more. And so, you know, with any good quality leather, it's going to patina and age over time, which is just makes it look amazing. And so I'm really looking forward to the further patina on these pocket slips. And I'll do some probably EDC updates that will feature these in the future so you can see kind of how they've worn. So let's start with the Cadet Carrier. So this one, as the name implies, is designed to carry a Victorinox Cadet, and it does fit quite nicely. It's snug. It's not going to fall out. I mean, no way in hell this is going to fall out. Getting it out's, you know, it's not hard, but it takes a little bit of work. And I've had this for about 2 weeks, and I've taken it in and out probably 30 times. So, you know, I haven't fully broken it in, but it holds it nice and snug, and this will completely disappear in the fifth pocket of my jeans. So I like that size. And you'll notice some other things on the table that I'll show you kind of what else it will fit. Because often with things like this, it's designed for a specific product, and people are always curious, like, what else can I put in it? And I thought the same thing myself, and I just kind of took a chance, bought them, and I've got a few things I'll show you kind of what fits best in what. So this is the Pioneer version, so a little larger. I have a lanyard on this one, which makes it easy to pull out of the pocket. This lanyard was given to me by a subscriber, John. And I'm not carrying a Pioneer in the Pioneer-sized carrier. I'm carrying a Swiss Army 1, which is a single-bladed Alox knife. It's a little thinner than a Pioneer would be, but it fits beautifully in the Pioneer carrier. So it slips right in and comes out more easily than the Cadet because, again, this is designed for a Pioneer. The Swiss Army one's a little thinner, and so it's going to come in and out a little easier, but again, super secure. No way this is going to fall out. Just no way. It's nice and snug, and over time it's going to conform to whatever you put in it. The quality of the leather itself is phenomenal. It's got that smell like you walk into a, you know, Cavender Boots or a kind of a Western wear store and you smell all the boot leather and the belt leather. It's just really, really good quality leather. They offer this in several different colors as far as the leather is concerned. And this is what they call their English tan. And it's kind of a medium brown. It's going to get darker for sure over time, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm carrying the Cadet in the Cadet carrier and the Swiss Army 1 in the Pioneer carrier. But what else would fit? So in the Cadet carrier, and it's kind of going to depend on what you first put in it. So because I've had a Cadet in this for a couple weeks, it's kind of, you know, expanded to fit that. But here's a Victorinox Excelsior. So this is a really super thin knife, and this would fit if you put it in there and it was the first thing you put in there and the only thing. Now that the Cadet's been in there, it's just going to be a little loose. So probably not best for that, again, unless it's the only thing you ever put in there. Here is a Fisher Space Pen, and it fits really nicely in the Cadet carrier. You can do the pocket clip on the outside, you can turn it and have the pocket clip on the inside. It's going to have a nice fit. It's not going to come out. So the Cadet carrier would be great for a Fisher Space Pen. You could probably even fit two, you know, small pens, maybe a pencil side by side in the Cadet carrier. Certainly you could fit two in the Pioneer size. As we jump up, well, here's the Victorinox Bantam, and this is an A-LOX. Again, super thin, and this will fit nicely in the Cadet carrier. So if you have a Bantam, the Cadet carrier will fit it nicely. Again, it's going to be a little looser, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you want a dedicated pocket slip for a Bantam, then I think the Cadet carrier is the size that you want for sure. So let's look at the larger one here, the Pioneer carrier. We'll take that one out and look at a couple AAA flashlights. Here's an Olight i3T EOS, pretty common light, and that fits nicely in the Pioneer carrier. You can see it kind of starting to conform to the shape there, which I don't necessarily want it to do because I want to carry my Swiss Army 1 in here, but for the purposes of this video, I really wanted to show you guys some other options on what you could put in these things. So a good fit for a AAA flashlight. So that's the Olight i3T EOS. And then here's just a common size that I think most people are familiar with, the Streamlight Micro Stream. And that also fits nicely in the Pioneer carrier. It'll go all the way to the bottom, pocket clip in, or I'm sorry, on the outside, or you could even turn it and put the pocket clip into the pouch itself. So these are pretty versatile. It's not just for cadets or just for pioneers or farmers. You can fit a whole host of different sized EDC gear in these, so long as you buy the right size. So for me, I'm carrying the Cadet in the Cadet carrier, and I'm carrying the Swiss Army 1 in the Pioneer size. The only complaint that I have about these pouches, well, it's really two. The leather itself is incredibly high quality. You can just tell from the feel of it, kind of the natural, softer material on the inside to protect whatever you're carrying. But one thing, and I've heard this complaint from others, is that they have these rings, these rivets that are put in there so you can attach things like a lanyard, which I think is a good idea. But if you're going to put something super, expensive or sentimental in here, you could possibly have issues with that piece of metal damaging or rubbing on whatever you're going to have in here. So as you pull it out, you're going to make some contact between the tool that's in the pouch and the if you heard that there, that's the ring there. Same thing, putting it back in, you can kind of hear that sound. So you're going to have some contact with that little rivet pass through there. Not a huge issue for me because I'm carrying pretty inexpensive tools that aren't sentimental, and I don't particularly care if they get a little dinged up. Gives them a little character, but just something to be aware of. The one other thing that I would have liked to see, and it's not a deal breaker by any means, is I would have liked to see them put some edge coat. And if you're familiar with leather work, edge coat is basically a paint. It just goes on the edge, the raw exposed edge. I wouldn't want any on the inside, but just on that top edge, just to kind of further refine it and make it look a little more finished. The burnishing where the leather comes together is done pretty well. The stitching's nice. My understanding is that each one is handmade to order. So when I ordered these from Amazon, it said, please allow 4 to 5 days for it to be created, and then another, couple days to be shipped. Overall, I'm very happy with them. Both of these will fit fully into my coin pocket in my jeans, so a good size and just something different. I mean, I could easily carry the Cadet in my pocket or on some sort of a key ring or anything, but I don't know, something about this, it's just a little different, and after I bought that Leatherman Micra in the Heritage leather pouch, I was just on I guess a little bit of a leather kick, nothing crazy, but I just wanted to try something new, and I've been really happy with these. I just think they're classy, right? So if somebody needs to borrow a knife and you pull this out, they're gonna think, wow, that's really neat, where'd you get that? So kind of a conversation piece and also practical, maybe impractical. You may think that this is a completely impractical, worthless thing to have. Why not just put the knife directly in your pocket? And I get that, but for some people I can see the appeal, and I've enjoyed it. This one in particular, I just put in my coin pocket and then the lanyard hangs out, so I can just pull it out by the lanyard. And I did order some Victorinox brand lanyards for a couple of my tools, and I'll probably add one to this guy right here. But those are the Hitch Timber Cadet carriers in size Cadet and in size Pioneer, and just a few examples of other things you could fit in them. So I'm enjoying them. If you're interested, they do sell these on Amazon. They've got their own website. You can order direct. And they come in a nice pouch, and they give you a sticker and some other swag that comes with them. So the quality is great. The price on these, the Cadet size was $23, and the Pioneer size was $24. So I paid about $50 for the pair, and I think $5 shipping. But handcrafted right here in the USA, so I dig that. So just want to share that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.